I'm back. Day 2. Oh, I was right. My butt immediately is in pain, but build up those calluses. Get through it. Oh, it sucks. I think mornings are probably what I'm going to be able to most likely do regularly. So, get ready for more mornings. A morning workout show. You can do stuff with me. Hi, what's up, Malra? It's midnight here. There you go. There's people in every time zone. It'll work out. How's it going, Malra? I explained this yesterday, but I think the only way I could stream is if I double it up as something else. It's got to be something healthy. And I think this is doing fine. It's good to hear. I'm also doing fine. There's no health scare or anything. I just want to be healthier. Well, thanks for popping in. I'll be doing morning streams, so I'll be your right before bed fat guy lulling you into sleep with the sounds of an air bike that's way too loud. And maybe talking to an AI if it gets too boring. We'll see. I, I have the capabilities. I don't know what I want to do though. I used to have an app that had like different white noises too. And there was like brown noise or pink noise. I think pink noise was my go-to. And really, the big problem was I just had like roommates that I was afraid to confront. And I lived in a neighborhood where it was just like stuff going on. And I was too tired to deal with it, so I was just like, let me find an app that has white noise and then put on noise canceling headphones and crank that. I don't think that's good for your ears to like just drown out noise with more noise constantly. But it worked, hey. Jeremy spoken. I just keep thinking of Pearl Jam. I don't know why. It's just in my head. And holding a mic. Me and my wife do karaoke a lot, so I do karaoke more than I do like improv stand-up anymore. So I just think karaoke. Whenever I'm holding a mic, I feel like a can't find a better baby, baby. The silhouette illusion, I don't know what that is. Oh, like it looks like a woman's face or an old lady. Yeah, let me pedal backwards. Oh. I guess it looks exactly the same. This is me pedaling backwards. Oh, and that. That was a bad idea. This is me pedaling forwards. Maybe that'll be a game I play with people. Backwards or forwards. Because it is hard to tell. I can't even tell looking at it other than doing it. So it'll be a total Gambo game. Heads or tails. Most skewed towards heads because I'll be often going forward more than anything. Yeah, I think that's the problem, Ira. Yeah, not the problem of gambling is addicting or it ruins millions. But if they just stuck it out. And you know what? The problem with gambling is you're right. But it might have taken multiple lifetimes for them to win even a lower payout that they would consider big. But by that point, they would have lost way more. Unless you're that old couple. And the only reason that old couple gamed the system was because that lottery had like a marketing ploy where you were always a winner. So you won like if you had so many numbers, you'd win a portion of it. And that was their downfall because that skewed the numbers. And that old guy predicted it. But that happens all the time with like promotions and stuff. Stupid marketing teams. They're bad at math. They're good at I don't even think they're good at it. But they shove stuff in your face all the time. And then when they get desperate, they try to come up with odds and stuff, and it just doesn't work out. Like the pudding cup thing from Punch Drunk Love. That's a real thing. I worked at like a promotions company. And that was like one of the examples. That and the Pepsi Jet thing, the Pepsi points or whatever. And some psycho actually getting enough points. I don't know why the Jello cup lid guy didn't get punished and like got to keep all the miles he earned or whatever. I guess because he used them right away. And I guess you can't keep a jet. But it would have been cool if the Pepsi Point guy also won. And like got to keep a jet. And we just had to like, as a nation, deal with a guy who just won like a state-of-the-art military jet. And he's just flying around and we're like, that's a fucking Pepsi Point guy. Or he would have sold it to like Zimbabwe or something. Like a country that needs it but doesn't have exactly that amount. He sell it for 25%. So now Zimbabwe's got like a state-of-the-art fighter. And they just take over Africa single-handedly from this one state-of-the-art fighter plane. And then Pepsi gets called to like a war tribunal for gifting out, for making this loop around work. And so instead of like, doling out arms normally, they just make everything a contest, like a contest for AR-15 to defend against the Zimbabwe regime. And then Pepsi becomes the government, like its own government. Hey, what's up, Stickman? What's up, Sticky? This is the new stream. Yes, it's been a while. Again, I have to trick my way into streaming. Thank you, Myra. Good night. And hopefully you'll see more of me as I try to make this a new regular thing. An hour a day keeps the donuts away. Oh, hell yeah, Sticky. It feels good. It's just like there's this weird threshold you pass with exercising that once you stop doing it for long enough, it's like a week or two. It's not even that long. You just forget you had ever done it ever before. But you just got to make it part of your routine. And one of these days I'll show pictures. This ain't my first rodeo. Hey, sorry to hear that, man. But yeah, working out, good way to overcome. Yeah. And you got like the vision of I'm gonna be shredded, and this lady doesn't know what she just lost. I'll be dating supermodels. That was always my motivation for losing weight before. But now I'm married. And I think that was one of the excuses I always told myself. I was just like, well, I'm not dating anyone. And my wife loves me the way I am, so. But that's not a good excuse. And I didn't have any health scares or nothing, but, I don't want to wait. I also think I don't eat that badly. I think my calorie deficit is just from the fact that I don't move a whole lot. What's 9 kg in pounds? I need to figure out that. Yeah, there you go, Sticky. That's a perfectly great reason. Holy shit, 20 pounds, yeah. It's tricky. I don't know all the science behind it. All I know is if you keep doing stuff every day and at least build up a sweat, you're making progress. It's better than not doing it. So, whatever I get to. I'm trying for an hour a day. An hour, I feel like, is the minimum viable stream length. So that's the only thing forcing me into. Oh, shit. So, okay, you doubled down. You doubled down on the diet. Yeah. Or is 500 calories, I don't know, kilocalories? I get you, man. The thing is, I've been really depressed about breakups too. And as soon as you start dating another person, you'll forget all about it. And especially if they're really cool and a lot better, you'll be like, how was I ever this upset about the ex, I had a lot of girlfriends where We broke up over stupid shit, but it was like doomed from the start. And you go, if I just didn't do this one thing, it's like, no, it was doomed. That was just like a last straw. And be like, I wasn't happy. If you're always anxious about a breakup happening, it's not a good relationship. And then I met my wife, Ellen, and like, boom, day one, date one, like things were way better. She like actually legitimately cared about things I had to say. And is like, listens to logic, which is, you would think, more common, but in my experience, oh no, yeah. It's not you. It's just the combination. And it's really hard. It's kind of like, kind of like a lottery odds sometimes, I feel like. It's all a numbers game. Because if you look at relationships as a whole, like even like, think of all the bands and stuff that can't stay together, even for millions of dollars. And they just fucking loathe each other. And they switch out members all the time. But they just can't find another front man. But sometimes it works out. Like Sammy Hagar and Van Halen. That kind of worked out. That was a magical one. Pearl Jam with Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder wasn't originally in the band. He was just some beach bum that sent in like a tape. And I forget what happened to their original singer. I think it was drugs or something. But they really upgraded. I think perceptions of a dream woman too kind of change over time. Like for me, I had like super low self-esteem, so my dream woman was a very low barrier to entry. It was just like, don't be mean to me, and like the things I like to do. Well, when you get more confidence and you put yourself out there more, I feel like you realize the pool is bigger than you think. Hey, that feels good. Yeah. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah. But then it was also like, if she showed no interest, even after 1 month, you probably knew, right? But you just kept on. I definitely stayed in relationships way longer because I was just like, well, being alone is much worse. I'd rather be tortured, but with a woman. Because it's also like the time between like all my relationships were like maybe a month max. Usually never made it past the first date. So when something did make it past like the first date, it was kind of rare. And I like held on to it so much like a diamond, but I shouldn't have. Like I also was like not focusing on my own happiness with it. Like I was just so happy to be with someone. It felt like an accomplishment just to get someone to come back. Oh yeah, I hate that shit. Again, if someone like really likes you, they'll respond at least within 24 hours. And if they don't, that's kind of like a red flag that like this person is in their own bubble and they don't really care about me. Ooh. Yeah, it's really fun to talk to her. Oh, thanks. It's not fun to talk to me. Yeah, that's a slap on the face. But it's also like, wow. You know, I think women in starting relationships can be like so cruel. Like women who go out for on first dates just for the dinner. I've for sure had that happen where someone didn't even know my name by the end of it, and they just like nonstop talked, and I had to pay. And I wish I had the self confidence to be like, we're splitting this, right? And then just get up and leave, and make them pay for it. I never did that. I would have felt terrible. Well, yeah, probably would have felt good actually, but I would have worried that she would have just dined and dashed, and then I would be out for it as well. And the restaurant doesn't deserve that, especially if it's a place I like, which I usually took people to, places I liked. Yeah, hate that shit. They're just gonna leave you as soon as they upgrade. Hell no. I am not your traffic cone in a parking spot that you're waiting for someone to come and park your car into. Well, good for you, Sticky. I know it wasn't your choice, but life is too long to be worried about. And 3 months, it's a decent chunk of change, but it's not years. I know people who've been in like 7-year relationships and and they knew. But again, it's like you get so comfortable, especially when you like live with someone and that's someone you go out and do everything with, and you just kind of become dependent on. Okay, my ass is starting to hurt, so I'm gonna switch it up here. I'm still reading and listening. Here we go. Test. Okay. Do some kettlebell swings with my ass heels. This fucking bike seat is made of diamonds or something, and it's shooting pain directly into my ass. So I gotta take breaks. But 23 minutes ain't too bad in a row. But I'll get back on. Nineteen, 20. It's one of those things where it's also like a dream woman is like the bars are always shifting. I remember when I started like because as a child I played video games like I played Final Fantasy and WoW, and I played video games all the fucking time. So I was like, my girl, the person I'm looking for has to like video games or board games if this is ever going to work out. Ellen will tolerate board games, but she will not play video games whatsoever. I think you just like you build up in your mind of what you think the perfect woman is, but really you just want someone who like appreciates you as much as you appreciate them and helps you to become a better person. So like we have a lot of different hobbies. Like we met in the comedy scene, in the Detroit comedy scene. So that's like a common thing that helps a lot. We're like joke around a bunch. But yeah, uh, on paper, it's confusing why we work so well because yeah, we do like a lot of different things, a lot of different shows. I like a lot of. I'm a cinephile. I like a lot of weird, sad, very slow movies. It'll be okay, Sticky. And exercising, shredding this, chiseling that marble that you've got built up. Uh, that's gonna just raise the bar of what you know you're capable of. And honestly, I feel like mostly, unless you're uh, like super like 600-pound man, mostly I feel like exercising is to build up your own confidence. Uh, I don't think it necessarily escalates you. I think it just helps you to have more confidence in talking to women. And it does help a lot too. I guess looks wise. People don't like chubbins. And being thinner helps with the, what's that called? Symmetry. All right, back on the bike. Yeah, there you go. And who knows, your actual dream woman might be someone who doesn't like any of those things and has tiny titties. You never know. Life is so crazy and weird like that sometimes. But either way, life will move on. Time heals all wounds. Doing something productive is very good. But start eating more because it's a marathon, not a sprint. That's okay. It's perfectly all right to be sad. I remember, I think the worst breakup I had before Ellen was I got somebody who was like I'm a programmer and they were a programmer, and she checked a lot of boxes, and it was like through a friend too, so it was like through like a good mutual friend, so I was like trying not to mess it up, and I don't know. She was just like, I don't think this is working out. I think you probably feel the same way after like 3 or 4 dates. I was like, no, I don't feel that at all. I actually sent this to her, and I regret it. I go, I thought you were the best person I went out with in a long, long time. Maybe ever. And that groveling is never the way to win them back. And then I found out she was dating like a coworker. And you know what? The more she came out to stuff, the more I realized that like she's just kind of like a controlling. And I don't want that in my life. And I see him come out like alone to a lot of happy hour things, and she just goes home. It's like, okay. That's a bummer. Yeah, it feels really bad. But fuck that person. You know what? And sometimes it just doesn't work out. Like you see like some of these shows that have like comedians I really like on it. But man, they just don't work whatsoever. Tires. Say what you will. I do kind of like Shane. I think he's funny. But man, Tires is such a dog shit stove. Stavros. I also like Stavros, Halkias. Man, it makes me not want to watch his We Started a Cult movie. Because people like Tires. And I go, you like Tires? That show fucking sucks. It's like the worst of improv. Because you could tell they just left the camera on for most of the bits or whatever. And just let it roll. And they were probably cracking themselves up. But you got to kind of like balance that. I feel like What We Do in the Shadows is like the best one where they do like improv bits. The Office, another one where you got to be really good at improv to like keep improv bits. Kenny Powers, Eastbound and Down, Vice Principals, Righteous Gemstones. You gotta be really, really good. And then it's fun, but it's like a minority of the episode. You're not like writing the story around your improv. That's okay, Sticky. Going to a therapist is completely normal too. I was on antidepressants for like 5 years when I was a kid. It's totally normal. You just need to like figure out that thing. And sometimes it's just like life changes. That's another thing too. Finding a good therapist is like dating. So it's like a kind of a weird problem. If you don't like all the advice your therapist is giving you, try to find a new one. And there's plenty of therapists out there too. So that's a tricky part too. Just getting a spot at all, yeah. Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm a month booked out. It's like, man, if you suck. Oh, hell. Oh, wow. Getting ghosted by a therapist is crazy. That would not happen here in America. If anything, you would ghost the therapist. I would say, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Try to find help. Continue to better yourself. And try new things. Like some group activities. Like a role-playing group. Or, a beer league, softball. Or, whatever be you. Find like a hiking group. Whatever you've thought about doing, just go and do it. Now you got nothing but time. The world is your oyster. You could hold on and squeeze that oyster because you got nothing but time now. It's all sticky. You're the only one in charge of your own time now. You have nothing but possibilities. Oh my God, a year, that is insane. That is truly insane. Yeah, I could see a therapist today if I wanted to, if I called around to enough places. I get it. I've totally been there too, Sticky. Force yourself into comfortable situations. I find, like, I often don't want to go to, like, parties and stuff because I'm like, I don't really know anybody. I always have a good time when I do, though. So sometimes it's just like, Signing up for a class or something of something you've never done before and getting in front of other people. Even if it's not like, not saying use every hobby as a dating pool, but maybe it helps. Oh, hey, change up the hobbies. Yeah. Try something you've never thought, like try a cooking class or, you know, hardware stores sometimes have like classes where you learn to fix shit. Those are fun. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of things to do in the world. Try something. Exercising counts, yeah, for sure. You're especially if you're going to gym, you're getting in front of other people, and I feel like gym rats are hard to please because uh, I went to a gym for like 3 years when I had last lost the weight, and I was going all the time. I feel like no one gave me the time of day until I put like 1,000 on the leg press, and people are like, "Oh, damn, that guy just did 1,000 on the leg press, 1,000 pounds." And then people started like looking at what I was doing and giving me advice while I was with my trainer, and started talking to me and like hitting it up. And yeah, these are mostly like private people. And there was this one funny like ripped guy who was always like, "You're drinking too much water. You're a camel. What are you doing? Stop drinking water. Get back to work." He was really funny. He was just kind of like the dad of the gym. And then yeah, I met really cool people. I was at like a gym downtown Detroit, and I didn't know this until like afterwards, but like a lot of the people I did like classes and stuff with, they were like kind of big deals in the town. I had no idea. We were just shooting the shit, having fun, and yeah, I should probably reach out. I still have their numbers and stuff. And one of the people I like meet at this bar called the Mongos, and we shoot the shit every once in a while. And it's just fun to be like, "Hey, what's going on?" Hey, there you go. You gotta keep people like that in your life. People that make you feel good and help you better yourself. All right, back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, just text him. See what's up. Hey, no problem, Sticky. It'll get better. That's all. That's the best words I can give you. It'll get better. Send me the bill. Okay. Just keep watching. That's payment enough. And thanks for coming back all the time. Cause that helps. That helps. It feels good to know that I have like built up fans that will come back and take a chance on me for whatever weird stuff I try in the future. Have a good sleep, Sticky. Take care of yourself. Thank you, Sticky. Will do. And you'll probably see more of me because I'll probably be more mornings than not. So like maybe an hour or two earlier than this would be the norm for right before work. We'll see. I'm trying to get a schedule down. I don't know. I'm also trying to figure out a workout schedule so I'm not like that one guy from the M. Night Shyamalan movie who had like the ripped left arm and everything else was like flabby as hell. That might be fun though too. It's just like take a month and deform my body so I just have like really giant legs and flabby arms. And then the next month I switch to only arm stuff and get ripped as hell arms and my legs get weak as shit. All I care about is doing stuff. If I'm working out, this experiment is a success. I'm trying to think of like adult sports activities. Like, cause I would love to like roll into something and be like, I work out 7 days a week, and then just try to become the king. I always like envy, like it's just for them, but like a big fat guy that rolls into like a beer league softball game, and like he could just hit a home run every time. It's like so insane, and he can hit the ball from like anywhere. So if you try to intentionally like strike him out, it won't work. And he doesn't even like hanging out or talking to the rest of his team. He just likes crushing it and hearing a few cheers and being like, holy shit. I think if I ever did a sitcom, it would be a guy like that. I guess that might be too close to Eastbound and Down, maybe. But with Eastbound and Down, he was like pro. Mine, he would like not ever be pro. He is the king of the town, and that's it. Because you know that's got to feel good. He's got to be happier than people with like billions of dollars. That guy's got to feel so good. And then he gets Taco Bell afterwards. And then he goes home and turns on the TV. He's like, he's got a fulfillment for like the month when he crushes like a game. That like carries him way too long. But, you know, good for him. Who's to say that's any worse? Just because he's not contributing to society. I say most people don't contribute to society. So, you know, let these people have their victories. They're happier than you are. And that's one thing I gotta work on is I care too much about what everyone thinks, and I need to just stop that. I love people who are honest, and it actually hurts them to be honest, but then they don't have to deal with that person. Like, they say the things you want to say, and you're like, thank God for that person. But they're also kind of a recluse, and they alienate a lot of people. So, but you can tell that guy's happy. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe this is actually bad advice. But I know one thing, it's like, no one ever lies on their deathbed and go, thank God my bank account got to this number. No, it's all about the things you do with it. I've known some very happy people that just had crippling debt till the day they died. But they did the things they wanted to do. And they made a conscious effort to better themselves and not focus on all the shit. Oh. This is really hurting. But this was like last time. Oh man, we're so close. Less than 15 minutes. All right, we'll keep going. We'll keep going until I fart my pants. All right, more kettlebells. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It gets hard, but do your time. I commit to a minimum hour. I think that's like a good min and max. Like, because I don't want to be working out for 5 hours in a day. I don't got that kind of time on me. And I don't want to work out for less than an hour. I guess if it doesn't break the streak, doing anything is better than doing nothing. But yeah, I think another thing that motivates me is like, if I do a 15-minute stream, it's a really shitty stream. So it at least encourages me to go full time. To, keep those watch numbers. Talk to people. Whew. All right, here we go. Back to it. I knew this was going to happen because this bike seat, I should upgrade. I wonder if there's anything I could possibly do. Like, it feels like a newish bike seat. I feel like this is just going to be a problem with any seat I have. And maybe it's just because I'm too fucking big. And any seat. A problem is I've like gotten to the point where I feel like I'm at the limit for like, rides and stuff too. I think rides limits are sometimes like 280 is the max, and I'll go past it. Do you know the weight limit for ladders is like often like 235? Like, that's so unbelievably heavy that they think that that's the maximum load a ladder should have. Like, even they're like, that plus some tools, you shouldn't be over 230 if you're on a ladder. It's like, oh shit. I've often tested that. I've gone against Werner recommendations, and I put way more than the recommended amount on these ladders. And yeah, amusement park rides, planes. Trying to think what else. Just doing stuff like, there's like a lake by my house that people often go to in the summer, and Ellen wanted to do stand-up paddleboard, and I used to do that like in the Boy Scouts and stuff. Like, I used to canoe and kayak, and I've never done stand-up paddleboard. But I was like, I get that principle. And man, I struggled. My balance was way off. Uh, I got so tired after so little. Like, we had just started. And Ellen, she didn't know, I didn't tell her, but she went like way far out there. And I just could not keep up. And that was like an embarrassing day that I always thought about. And she always wants to go stand up paddleboarding. And I kind of don't do it because I remember that day. But that's another thing, too. I don't want my weight to stop me from doing the things I like to do. So this is a step forward. And 280 is insane. I remember, I think 2010, 2011 was the last time I was like over 280. And I lost weight and I felt as big as I did. I felt like still fat as shit. And then my roommate at the time showed me a picture of like a Halloween costume I did in 2010. I was Sergeant Hatred from Venture Brothers, and I was fat as hell. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was that big. And then I felt better about myself. And I was like, I'll never get past 280 again. And here we are. I sailed past it again. It's easy. It's easy to backslide. I feel like I just needed the motivation. I don't know. And we'll see. I don't know. This might be the last day I do this. No. I'm determined. What's up, Mr. Seeker? No treadmill. I don't have a treadmill. But I do have an air bike. I'm trying to become Mr. Universe this year. That's my goal. Aim high. I don't even know when Mr. Universe happens. If it's in like February, I might be screwed. But keep trying. And two birds, one stone. Yeah, I'm working out, but I'm also streaming. So it might not be AI, but I still try to crack jokes while I'm doing this. So it's the only way I feel like I could consistently stream. Will I see more AI? I've thought about it too. I can like hook up a phone. I thought about hooking up like ChatGPT Premium or something. The one that you can like talk to conversationally. Or Claude, I think it also has one of those. I think they all have it. It's a pretty easy thing to add, I feel like. Just wait for someone to stop talking and then answer. Yeah, maybe. I think I would just shoot the shit with it so I wouldn't be so bored. I would not ask ChatGPT any exercise questions. Because when you don't have a corporeal form, I don't trust you. I don't trust any advice you're going to give. A meat bag like myself. All right. 6 minutes left. Finish out with some kettlebell stuff. Whew. Don't overdo it, though. Yeah. My goal is not, it's a marathon. My goal is just keep, I'm not going sprints on the bike. I'm not lifting super heavy weights. In fact, I'm not going to lift any more than the weights I have. I have 20s. I have a 15 kettlebell. That's it. I'm not one rep maxing. I'm not trying to completely shred, which goes completely against my Mr. Universe goals. But, maybe I'll buy stuff in the future. But right now, using what I got, trying to do as close to like just body weight and the bike stuff as possible. And yeah, I do the health measurements. I've got like a heart thing, and I should probably wear it during this so I don't super overdo it. But We'll see. But yeah, the goal is consistent. Just stay consistent with it. Keep going. Here we go. Kettlebell stuff. Try to finish this app. And hydrate. Always got my water. But thank you, Mr. Seeker. I hope you are doing well. I hope you've been working on very cool AI shit. One, two, three, four, five. Oh shit! What's going on, Mr. Seeker? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh shit! 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well, that is a bummer, Mr. Seeker. And I've been through the legal process once before with like a landscaper that fucked me over. And the law is slow, but hopefully you get through it. Life goes on. Even if they want $1 million bajillion dollars. I have ChatGPT to assist. Yeah. Fire your attorney right away. You don't need an attorney. Get ChatGPT to become your legal defense. That's an interesting dystopia. That's like a Black Mirror episode, I feel like, is having a chatbot be your legal defense. And it does really well, but then it starts to, like, sue you to try to, like, get all the winnings. And it just violates all your confidentiality. Woo! Woo! Well, sorry to hear. But whatever happens, happens. And you're still Mr. Seeker. Don't forget that. But it's a fucking bummer for sure. Hey, welcome back, We Raws. Thank you. Day 2. I did it. Weird time, but I did it. I feel like mornings are going to be the regular. But we'll see. Maybe I'll double up if I'm feeling good. But yeah, especially just starting out, I want to ease into it. Hour a day. Chat with the fine folks. Start my day off right. And hop in the shower and get to it. I've had those days where it's just like, you get up, you get in your car for work, and then like autopilot mode is the next thing you remember is getting in your car and going home. And those days suck. Those days really blow. So hopefully this is break up the monotony. The life of a programmer. All right, here we go. Do a little bit of a cool down. Whew. All right, we made it another hour, boys. Thanks for sticking with me. See you tomorrow, early in the morning, probably. More working out, sticking with it, staying positive, and staying consistent. This number go down. I know it's going to plateau eventually, but if I just keep doing this, everything will be good. I'll be shredded as hell. Well, I just want to be normal size. And then I'll start slabbing on like Sam Selleck or something. All right. Have a good day, everybody. See you tomorrow.